What's going on? Welcome to Action Through, and today I know it's been a long time since I uploaded a video. The last video I did was the raw grid LTT ASUS raw grid Ruby video I made. Before that one, it was the Ruby Volume 7 video predictions, and I'll get into the real Ruby stuff later on. But mainly what I want to talk about is channel changes that are coming due to COPPA, and part of my main problem is, especially with this whole deal, is especially within COPPA is, and these are the reasons why I'm making the channel changes. So first of all, let me start off with what changes are going to be coming. So, if based off of what I have found through other videos of COPPA and everything, what constitutes as a for kids video, because I am not my content, I do not make it for kids. And I've done a few reactions, and if that person actually made their content for kids, I will be pulling that video down. One of my highest grossing videos right now is one of Sunday's Trying to Laugh challenges, reaction to his laugh, Trying to Laugh challenge video from Kian. And it's sitting about 5,500 views, where my next video is sitting just below, sitting around 400 to 500 views. And so that video might be set up as for kids because it is one of my higher grossing videos. Videos that have like what COPPA deems as for kids, I will be pulling those down. So, like, my Ruby Chibi reactions, I can't make any money off those anyway, and they get blocked most of the time. I was, real quick, about that, I was gonna work on, do Ruby Volume 6 reactions, Ruby Chibi Season 3 reactions. Only problem is the YouTube bot system is so bad, it actually kept flagging my videos and then blocking them as soon as they went live. Even though, Rooster Teeth themselves has a, forum post that says, put this in your description, we will not flag your video. I was even putting that in the description, my video is still being flagged. So that's what's going to be happening. Ruby, and part of the changes that come in is, I'm going to just start doing a lot of tech reviews, a lot of, game reviews. I would also like to start doing, film reviews, but in the concept of, if it's a game or a film, it has to be PG-13 or teen rated. So if the rating is set as for not for kids off of what YouTube's saying, I will then make the video. And that's going to carry on into 2020. As soon as this video goes live, I'm hoping I'll get it up before New Year's Eve. I have been thinking about these changes since the whole COPPA news went into effect of what actually constitutes as for kids content, because the rules are very, very, very vague, and a lot of YouTubers, especially the small ones like me, are actually leaving the platform because we don't know what constitutes as for kids, and the rules they give us are extremely vague. It's like, well, and I looked at what the rules were, and I looked at half the stuff I was even doing on the internet. I'm like, based off of these rules, half this stuff that I have been viewing is considered for kids. Based off of that. So, like, your animation channels like Jaden Animation, they might have to set their content as for kids because technically it is an animation. And that's supposedly somehow for kids. I don't know how. Even though they're talking about their life stuff and how, like, when they were younger, but they're not aiming it towards. And I actually watched a lot of, or most of her videos, especially I watched all of her animation videos, and none of them, from what I could tell, were directed at kids. They were talking about when she was a kid and stuff, and it sounded like she was talking to like a more mature audience that would know, like, oh, this is what happens when she was doing X, Y, and Z. This would be the consequence, and they would get the jokes, or like it'd be funny to the audience, whereas if it was actually set as for kids, it wouldn't actually look like that. So yeah. And a lot of your video game review channels actually might go away because, for some reason, people think, and this is lawmaker level though, this is lawmakers level, people. think all video games are for kids, even though there's a thing called the ESRB, which rates video games. And honestly, I never really went outside the ESRB too much on video games. It was just like a thing I did. It was like an unconscious thing I was doing as well. I didn't play Halo, which is rated as mature 17, until I was 17, 18 years old. There's a lot of games I've recently gotten into that were rated as mature 17 plus. I played a lot of E for Everyone games, or E10 plus, and I'm just going back through all the back catalog of video games I have been playing, and I have found this out. Now, like I said before, I was wanting to do tech reviews. A lot of what I'm going to be reviewing is stuff I've already got, so it's going to be like beginning of the decade or beginning of the century, turn of the century stuff. Because I've actually got a laptop I actually have right now. It's not on, but it's from the early 2000s, running Windows XP. Only reason I keep it is got excellent speakers. I like the audio quality. I like playing my music off of it. That's the only reason I'm keeping it. The computer that I currently am recording this on is actually my backup computer from 2011 that I got from a friend of mine. It's very, very low spec. I wish I could upgrade it, but it's too much time, too much energy, too much money, and I don't know if the parts are going to work. So I'm not going to upgrade it. It's easier and faster. Not necessarily cheaper, but easier and faster for me to build a bigger, better rig. For those of you that actually didn't watch my ROG Reboot video, the motherboard on the PC I used to do a lot of my recording, editing, and all that stuff on, actually went out of me. The motherboard CPU pins actually bent on me, and I thought I fixed it, and I didn't. And so a total of about 5 pins were bent. And I just said, I'm not going to deal with this. I'm not going to try to fix it. And I just took the whole thing apart, and now it's just sitting around just doing the case and the power supply is sitting there on an older motherboard running a single fan, so I can at least cool my Elgato, because that thing gets very hot very fast, and it actually does try to destroy itself when it gets hot enough. And then I live in the south of Texas, Houston area to be more specific, and literally we have like 90 to 100 degree temps 9 months out of the year. Most of the year we're sitting about 90 to 100 degrees, 9 months out of the year. So I needed a way to keep that cool and everything. Yeah, that's that. And then for film reviews, I would like to start doing some film reviews. I might start going through my back catalog. I might start off with the MCU and do it as like the 10 years of the MCU. So like the start of the MCU and the start of the MCU and the end of the MCU, and do it that way. So like what changed in the story from here to here, and go there. And so I'll probably start off with that. And there's so much that I want to do, but because of COPPA, there's a lot of stuff I'm actually going to be not doing. So E3, I don't know if I can do E3 2020. I have E3 Xbox 2019 up. I was going to edit the other ones through. I have them recorded. I just never got to upload them because I had a summer class and I actually got busy with, and I forgot about them. And I don't want to go locating those files. It's because my other computer went out. I don't have a way to access those files without copying them over to a separate drive and hoping that they don't corrupt. So I'm just going to not upload them at all. And so yeah, that's that. And real quick on Ruby. Main reason I haven't uploaded anything on Ruby is because of mainly the Vic Mignogna. I did not want to get mixed up in the whole Vic Mignogna lawsuits and everything. I did not want to go down that whole rabbit trail. I know several YouTubers have. I did not want to go down there. That is something I wanted to avoid very, very dramatically. Not dramatically, but altogether. I just didn't want to get in there. I was going to, but then I was like, no, I do not want to get in the middle of this for certain reasons, and I did not get into it. And some people are probably thinking, oh, well, why didn't you get into it? I I honestly did not want to. And when I started looking at all the evidence, I was like, yeah, no, I don't want to get into it. It's all over the place, and it's hard to tell, especially with the internet nowadays, what's real, what's true, and what isn't. So I just avoided it altogether. But I know that Rooster Teeth has been suffering due to the whole Vic Miata situation. But I'm not going to get into all that. And I honestly had a bunch of review theories planned, and after Volume 6, I was planning on getting them all recorded and uploaded, and then have them spread out over several days to actually go live. But I was working on it. I had just gotten the information for a few of my theories, and I was still going to work on getting some more when the whole Vic Miata situation happened, and then I had a whole semester dump of for school of I got projects I need to get done and all that. And for those of you that don't know, I'm actually studying video editing at my local college, so I'm going there for that and working with that. And so yeah, so I spend most of my day behind editing, and when it comes down to it, especially in the school semester, I'm tired of editing for a school project all day long. I'm honestly tired. I don't want to be recording and editing a YouTube video. I'm tired all day. If I was going to do it, I would probably do it between semesters, which, yes, I do need to be doing that in between semesters so I can keep my skills up and everything. But that's all with that. But due to COPPA, there's a lot of changes coming to the channel. I'll try to roll them out slowly and as slowly as I can, due to actually school and work. Hopefully I can find a job in 2020. I really need a job in 2020. Because YouTube's not gonna pay me, because I don't have the subscriber base, I don't have the watch hours to start that. I have been thinking about going over to Floatplane for a 1 week early access on my videos. I'm thinking on that. When I figure that out, if I want to actually do it, I will let you know. So there's that, and there's a lot I really want to actually do with the channel. I just don't want COPPA to get in the way, because that $42,520 something fine is something I can't afford. Most YouTubers that are not PewDiePie, Markiplier, and Jacksepticeye, Mr. Beast, they can't afford it. Like, your average, excuse me, your average startup YouTube channel can't even afford proper equipment. So they're most likely recording off their phones, off of a webcam they have. I'm lucky enough to actually have a good enough microphone and a doable webcam that I can work with. Other people just had their cell phones, and that's it. And then you've got your, like, 100K, we're actually starting to get paid YouTube channels, so your 100K to, we're not big YouTube channels yet, so your 100K to, I want to say, 5 million. That's your, I want to say this is your low-end YouTube channel, so, that's your low-end YouTube channel, and, honestly, they can't afford the fine either, so you're going to see a lot of them disappear as well. So you're going to see, especially with YouTube, you're going to see a lot of it gone. And honestly, if I had to predict the death of YouTube, I would say either end of 2020, excuse me, or end of 2021. I don't expect YouTube to make it into 2025 at most. At the highest, I don't expect YouTube to make it to 2025 without problems, without it being bare bones. There's not the content that YouTube started out as. So, I don't expect it to go to 2025, at most. That's my personal expectations. So, I'll most likely swap over to Vimeo or someone else. In the process, I'll keep YouTube as like a 1 week delay on my videos. But this is all I'm going to figure out. Like, I'm currently researching platforms like Vimeo, Patreon. I might go to Patreon, I don't know, Floatplane. But I'll be having YouTube as a 1 week delay on most of my videos. depends on how it goes with other platforms as to what I do. A friend of mine did recommend me another platform that's got a similar design to YouTube. I might move over to there. So, and it'll have 1 week early access on it compared to my YouTube channel. So this channel will be 1 week behind any other platform I go to. This will be like my discovery point, and then if you want early access, you go to this other site like Floatplane or Patreon that I can actually get some money off of, that I can continue to do this kind of stuff. Because YouTube does not pay that much. Even people like Markiplier and PewDiePie are already suffering due to certain rules in YouTube. And I've noticed a lot that especially Mark has been started doing a lot of streaming on Twitch. Not very much on YouTube, but a lot on Twitch. So that's that. And I just want to say this is kind of like my channel plan for 2020. I don't know what's going to happen because of COPPA. I don't know if I'm going to just completely like remove all my videos and just say screw it, I will go to another platform. I might just start doing straight up tech reviews like Lions Tech Tips and all of the other 500,000 tech reviewers out there. I honestly want to go. I honestly don't want to go there, but if I have to, I will. I will try to do some more tech. I want to do well. What I really want to do in 2020 with my channel is because I really like technology. I want to start doing a lot of tech reviews, tech news. I like video games. I want to start doing video game reviews, video game news. That's basically what I want to be doing with my channel. But I also like film, so I might start throwing in like a film review every now and then. So for that, yes. So for those of you actually made it to the end of the video and I actually just said what I should have said in the first few minutes, thank you for sticking around. Hopefully this gets uploaded before the new year. If not, I hope I set my channel up right. But for the most part, most of what I'm going to do is going to be not for kids in the long run. I don't want to make my content for kids because you just lose like 90% of YouTube features. So so yeah, that's what it is. Thank you guys for watching the video. If you liked the video, please like the button down below. If you're new here, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I upload. Thanks for watching, and bye.